Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! So, here we are back in the Paprika Desert. If you recall, the reason we are here is because way up at the Forbidden City of Bethel? I think it's Bethel. Yes, Bethel. There is a 5th Lunas Elru Knight, the one responsible for bringing Josh into Elvenia and turning him into the Dark Lord in the first place. At least that is to my understanding. Well, we want to go ahead and rescue his soul before we defeat the Dark Lord, otherwise his soul will be lost with the Dark Lord. Before we can go there though, we got some questing to do along the way, starting with whatever this dungeon is, Evermore. So, let's see here. There's stories of a lost angel somewhere, and there's also something about 2 fairies being missing. Now, before we go in here, I want to bring up the current setup. First off, I decided to go ahead and change the menu color. Figured we've been sitting on pink for so long. Now that we're in New Game Plus, we have a different color. So, I currently have the B team. I call them the B team because, if you recall, I played favorites when it came to the final dungeon, and I had Uri, Lynn, Dusk, and Paprika. That was a really good team. But for the sake of variety, once again, I decided to use a different team, at least starting out here in Paprika Desert. So now we've got Harrison, Tessera, William, and Jersey. And I said that in the wrong order. Gosh dang it, dyslexia. Also, everybody is at level 45 because that is the level that I was recommended to have everybody at. Let's see, SK says, honestly, you'll probably breeze through this enemy-wise. The guide recommends 45. I could do it at level 35 to 40. Well, I guess that means that this will go pretty quickly. As far as equipment goes, I have everybody already equipped as far as I want them to be. I already got the best equipment, including Harrison's legendary weapon, which is the Sky Render. Allows him to attack all enemies with an attack power of 60. Which, actually, that is kind of weak as far as weapons go, considering other characters have weapons that have, like, 130 power. So, I'm gonna go ahead and make up for that. I went ahead and looked for all the affinity fragments throughout the game. As far as I'm aware, this is all of them in the game, with the exception of the unlimited affinity fragments that you could get from playing the organ. And of course, if there's any affinity fragments here in Paprika Desert, I don't have them yet. I'm gonna go ahead and just use all the attack ones on Harrison. Probably not the smartest idea, but considering he's got the weakest weapon, that'll definitely make up for it. As for these others, I'm not entirely sure what I'll do with them yet, but I'll figure it out as we go along. As for other characters' equipment, I now have a second Lisa's pendant, thanks to New Game Plus, and I have given that to Tessera. She is going first in battle, so I figure it is important that she be pretty much immune to all status afflictions so that she could do some healing. She doesn't really have any good healing spells anymore. She's only got that one spell that heals everybody for 45 HP at the cost of 45 of her own HP. At this point in the game, that's not going to be useful, so she'll be using items. More on that in a bit. I also gave her a Pegasus Swing, which is the fastest agility item, so that she is more likely to get the first turn. We'll see how well that works. Both Tessera and Harrison are equipped with shields. Jersey, on the other hand, I decided to give her some really good attack power. So she's got 2 of these Sun Claymores along with 2 of these Asgard Gloves. This will be useful considering all of her spells are only group spells, not necessarily attack all enemy spells. And William, mostly the same, aside from I gave him a white ribbon so that he would be pretty well immune to status afflictions. Reason I did that is because he's going last in battle, And I figure, well, maybe he could also do some healing. In this case, heal some status afflictions after all the enemies have already had their turn. That way, when he's healing a status affliction, we won't immediately get afflicted with another affliction. Or so that's the idea anyway. So what else? There was something else. What was it? Oh yeah! There's a really good pair of items in this game, it turns out, during the trading quest. Those items are the fancy wine and the spring water. So the fancy wine heals 100 MP, the spring water heals 200 HP. You'll notice that I only have one of each. Well, as it turns out, these have unlimited use. You can just keep on using these as many times as you want. They will never be used up. And that is not a glitch either. The guide actually mentions that that is a thing, so if you're ever doing the Nanaraka trading quest, definitely be sure to pick up one of each of these, because, oh my goodness, that's amazing. It's not entirely broken because you can only use these items once per turn in battle, but still, that is awesome. With that said, let us go ahead and head into the first of the Paprika Desert Dungeons. And already we're getting into an encounter. Okay, so Harrison can attack all enemies. Tessera has a really nice spell, by the way. Petrify All. It's basically the equivalent of instant death. Jersey, like I said, her spells only harm groups. And considering there's no groups here, these are all individual enemies, we'll go ahead and have her attack somebody. And William doesn't learn spells, he only learns techs. And at this point in the game, his dual-wielding weapons are going to be better than any of these techs. So, also do that. Let's see how this turns out here. Well, none of them got turned to stone. That's unfortunate. Ooh, they got some strong defense, actually. I might have to reconsider the idea of using some magic. Paralysis, that ain't cool. Okay, so this is definitely going to be kind of difficult here. I'm gonna try another burst rondo because it's gonna be difficult here, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my plan of having William go last to hopefully ensure. I can never remember which item is paralysis. Paralyze, sleep, petrify, revive, confuse, poison. All paralyze, there it is. It's always on the next tab over. So it's apparently that three-headed enemy that does that. With the paralysis. Okay. Tessera goes first. How about we go ahead and use this spring water. And to demonstrate, I can't use it twice per turn. It'll refresh itself after the turn is over. I'm gonna say that using a regular attack is still better in this situation. So, apparently these enemies are going to kind of be an issue still. By the way, I like the name of that one enemy. Wasp from Hell. Oh, by the way, in regards to legendary equipment, I only have one of them for Harrison, because it just turns out you can only get one legendary hilt per playthrough. And of course, I was not able to get a legendary hilt for Harrison during the first run. So that is why he only has one legendary weapon. So we got Esser the Preened Maiden. She is not one of the missing fairies. Ah, so there you are. It's good to know I can still fly faster than most of Serena's other races can travel on mortal feet. And also blimps. Smile. You're that girl, Esther. What are you doing out here? Isn't the entire rest of the continent outside of Corinth supposed to be extremely dangerous? I am fine as long as I remain in flight. I just wanted to make one more request of you all, myself, if I may. Won't you please try to find our 2 friends for us on your way to Bethel? That's the plan. All I can tell you is that Fairley and Dinah said they would go searching in the region of Nineveh to the far west. I hope nothing has happened to them. Also, I must warn you to beware the beast that has been seen in this awful place. He towers several meters beyond any one of you, has a face like the Lord of the Flies himself, and claws that could tear through the body of so delicate a creature as a polyester as easily as they would through air. Please, avoid this great insect-like monster at all costs. Aye, thank you, lass, and worry not of your 2 friends. I am sure we can find them. I am grateful, everyone. I wish you all the blessing of heaven on your great pilgrimage. Okay, time to heal. Having these unlimited heal type items are definitely going to be useful. Because I'm going to be using a lot of magic here, it seems. Let me go back outside, though. I'm sure to get into another random encounter while looking out here, but I want to see if there's any other hidden goodies. First attack. Bye. Can you please move out of there so that I can see what's further down this way? Okay. No affinity fragments, then. Time to explore the dungeon. Welcome to Maze of Darkness Evermore. So there's gonna be puzzles. Oh, is it pretty simple puzzle though? Or is it? Hold on a sec. No, it's gonna be pretty simple. Oh wait, I take that back. It is suddenly turning not simple. Okay, by the way, Harrison learned his final spell, so let's go ahead and try it out real quick. While also seeing if I can have any luck with paralysis, or petrification. Not entirely likely. It is basically has the same low odds as instant death, but it's worth trying since I can target all enemies. Oh boy, their physical attacks are still really strong, and that's with Harrison having a shield. Good news is, I petrified that thing. So we actually did not need to all be attacking it. Okay, that's some sort of status affliction. And there goes the petrified thing. Michiru Flare. What else can we do with you, by the way? Well, let's see. What is your attack going to be like? I am slightly concerned about Nawa Guiazda, so everybody go ahead and attack that. Okay, Tessera, definitely worth using some magic spells since you only got the one weapon. Oh, and that takes care of that. Awesome. Whoop, that's not all that we can heal. Basically going to be doing this after every battle. Totally recommended. Okay, the guide probably does tell us how to get through this cave, but I'm gonna see how well I can do. On my own. Okay, can we petrify either of you? Nope. The odds are definitely low. Gonna keep trying, though. So SK says it would have been nice. Oh. It would have... This is turning unfortunate. It would have been nice to be able to have the system data to create more than 8 possible monsters in a dungeon. Perhaps, but that is still a decent amount, really. I can't think of any other RPGs that have more than 8 monsters in a dungeon. Okay, so... how do I want to handle this? Miracle Pot. Or not. Bye. Uh-oh. Please? Okay, I'm just gonna have to stick around then, it seems. Ears open. Good, that missed. That did not paralyze. Gotta keep in mind that paralysis is still kind of a big deal. Well, rather, enemies attacking you to cause status afflictions is still a big deal because not even Lisa's pendant will prevent you from being paralyzed by a paralyzing physical attack. So yeah, this place. Still dangerous. Suddenly glad that I have these really nice healing items. I keep other healing items like the white cherry on hand, just in case more than one person needs to heal. So I need to kind of figure out how to deal with those guys. I like how this is kind of arranged as a clock. Not really sure how to get through... Oh wait, about to say, can I just walk behind there? No. I was walking down to see if I could spot a treasure down that way, but instead I found enemies. It's kind of interesting. I gave Harrison all of those attack buffs, but his physical attack is still too weak to matter. Okay, try petrifying all of you. You guys are grouped together. So let's go ahead and use... Actually, here's what I'm going to do. Let's back up. I'm going to take advantage of this feature here, Auto. This will have our characters automatically use their best stuff, and they know enemy weaknesses, so this will be an easy way to find out which spell Jersey should use against these. Glacial Tear, that is the spell to use. Bees weak against ice. Bugs get cold. Strategy acquired. If there is a hidden item down there, oh well. It's right at the start of the dungeon, so... Oh boy. Oh, it's... Is it the map that I'm thinking of? No, it's not the map I'm thinking of. There is some sort of stairway map that has the word... Oh wait, it is this map. Oh, I don't like this map. Because there is space above me, but even though it looks like I can step up, it's actually not a space that I can walk onto because it is too narrow, even though it doesn't look it. Also, we got a teleporter maze. That's unfortunate. Okay. As usual, Michiru Flare. Attempt to petrify. Focus on that thing. Oh, that works. And that is why I'm using that spell. Because when it works, it's amazing. Even better, you still gain experience from it. Oh, this is a big map. This is a very big map. Okay, let's try this one. Oh gosh dang it. Okay, so what happens if we just step on here? Out of curiosity, are there treasures in this dungeon? The guide does not mention anything about treasures, so I don't have to worry about trying to figure out if there's something I missed. In actuality, the goal is simply to get to the end of the dungeon. Okay, where does this one take us, though? Okay, where does this one take... Oh, that's where we came from. Alright, then. So, I'm guessing then that the first teleporter I tried happens to be the correct one. That's a dragon. Bye, dragon! The second race of creatures that Serena created. Too bad we don't actually meet any dragons as characters. In fact, the only one I can think of that appeared during a cutscene was, like, when Dusk was attacked by one on the way to save Sarah. Just gonna kind of assume that these dragons are kind of turned evil by darkness. Oh, since these two are together, let's see what Jersey says we should use against them. Or we could just end the fight. That works too. I'm glad that even when enemies are petrified, it still counts as killing them, meaning we get the experience and stuff. I'm hoping that this teleporter is the only one that would result in us getting sent backwards. Oh dear, it's two of those things. Okay, I'm betting Jersey will go after the bees if I tell her to auto-attack, because the AI tends to go for weaker enemies first. Don't really want you to do that. I want you to go ahead and attack the guys on the right, on account that they are probably pretty dangerous. So let's see if Keen Sylph is the ideal spell here. Actually, that's probably neutral damage. Ah, darn, that didn't work. I'm surprised how weak that spell is. So where does this take us? Right back there. Okay, well, so far at least, it seems like there aren't any that winds up taking us back to the start of the room. Hopefully that does not wind up being the case. I don't really feel like having to fight these hordes of enemies just to try to get back to where I was. When we last left off, we started our journey through Paprika Desert. We're in the first dungeon of Paprika Desert, and the enemies here, they're kinda hard, even with me being at the recommended level of 45. At this point in the dungeon, we got a teleporter maze. Wish me luck through here. Okay, well, as long as we get some first strikes, I'm still gonna go ahead and run from these guys because they are hard. I almost died from one of these battles already. Oh, hey, I chose the right one. Where is this leading us in? I highly doubt that the sparkle right nearby me is the correct one. Let me go ahead and find a different one to try to teleport from. Okay, what do we got here? We got Wing Sweeper. I already know about Noah Gryazda. And Warrior Tan. Gotta wonder how you come up with some of these names. Okay, so... strategy is still try to paralyze things. I'm not entirely sure what status afflictions I should be... my mistake. Tan. What enemy is best to go after first? I'm gonna... well, actually, no. I'm not gonna get the Wing Sweeper because I have already proven that it can be petrified. So instead, let's go for you. Oh, and it didn't get petrified. Tan did, though. Okay, I don't know what status affliction you are trying to cause there. But I kind of want to... oh, I forgot to have Harrison use his magic. You know what? We should totally be, first off, using your magic. Second... go after Wing Sweeper. I suddenly feel like that's the best plan of action here. Apparently, Miss Harpy there, with her sacky breasts, is strong against that particular spell. Gotta do some healing with these wonderful unlimited use healing items. You know what? Worst case scenario, this one just teleports me straight back up to the thing. Huh. Apparently that was the correct teleporter. I'm kind of surprised how many first strikes I'm getting here. Does one of these characters have a hidden ability to increase first strikes? Because that is a thing. Let's try this one here. That's the one! We got a Zelda maze now.